bad break for the Cardinals, as that was an overcooked off-speed pitch in the dirt, and Herrera did a funny thing trying to block that. He really didn't get his body in front of it. He tried to pick it, and the ball
just ricocheted over his shoulder and over the screen into the seats.
It was not classic blocking style there by Herrera.
Was not. And now the go-ahead run is at first base. And here's Austin Slater batting for Rojas. Former San Francisco Giant out of Stanford. Right-handed batter. He swings and taps it foul on a curveball. On deck, Michael A. Taylor. Sosa goes back to first base. Takes a good lead. The pitch on the way by Matz, and that's fouled off to the right. Contreras chases that over to the screen, gives it a look as that ball's out of play as we pause for an ID on the Cardinals Network, powered by Graybar.
You're listening to St. Louis Cardinals baseball on WSJK Tuscola, Champaign-Urbana, ESPN 93.5. Brought to you by Max Twin City Recycling. Visit them at maxrecycling.com.
Along with Mike Claiborne and Ricky Horton, I'm John Rooney. Ryan Schulte is our producer-engineer. Kyle Sixta is in the St. Louis studio. There's another foul off to the right, way back in the lower level. The count stays 0-2 on pinch hitting Austin Slater. Rojas went 0 for 2, reaching on an error by putting the ball in play. He was able to tie the game. And now it's Slater batting for Rojas. The pitch. And that's strike 3 called on the inside corner. 2 strikeouts in the inning for Matz, yet only 1 out up on the board, because on strike 3 to Lenyn Sosa, the ball bounced and went over the screen. A wild pitch.
Now, we love Ivan Herrera, and he's got a lot of growth ahead of him, I'm sure, as a catcher, as a player. But he's great to have around. But you can't allow that to happen with that strikeout with the leadoff batter.
Here's a check swing, a strike anyway on the inside corner to Michael A. Taylor.
And I say that because from a pitcher's point of view, when you have 2 strikes, you want him to bury that pitch. You want him to try to get the swing and miss, go to a swing and miss spot. He got it done, and you trust your catcher to block it.
The pitch on the way. Taylor takes a fastball strike. 0-2. So Burke gave up 2 runs, 1 earned, and so did the Cardinal starter Erick Fedde. It's a bullpen game now. 2-2, bottom of the 6th. The pitch, low and away, a ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Michael A. Taylor. Taylor is grounded into 2 double plays. He tried to bunt his way on. Herrera threw him out. And the next time up, he took a walk. The pitch, a little bit high, not by much.
It was a strike. That was a strike.
Herrera was holding the ball where he caught it. Matt's the count.
Matt's so good at getting that inside corner, but he did not get that pitch.
A look to first, the pitch. There's a ball that's hit well to left field, and that ball is gone. A 2-run homer by Michael A. Taylor. 4-2 White Sox.
That is the second time on this road trip a pitcher for the Cardinals has had strike 3 followed by a home run. And this time it's against Steven Matz. Didn't get the call, then made a pitch that Michael Taylor could handle, and the Cardinals are going to have to play catch-up again.
Now it's 4-2 in the bottom of the 6th. With 1 out, the pitch. Tauchman takes a strike. Tauchman's 0 for 3. Twice he is grounded out to Nolan Gorman, the Cardinals' second baseman. The 4th home run of the year for Michael A. Taylor. There's a swing and a miss. 0-2 on Tauchman. The batter's timeout taken by the Chicago White Sox right fielder. Well, this is an inning where the White Sox are going to get 4 outs. The pitch. Swing and a miss. The 3rd strikeout of the inning, but only the 2nd out up on the board. because Sosa's strikeout came on a wild pitch and Sosa made first base. Chase Meidroth, 2 hits, a stolen base, and a fly ball to the warning track in left center field. He gets under this one, fouling it out of play. Strike 1.
Not very often do you see a 4 strikeout inning, but that could happen here.
The pitch to Meidroth. He fouls that out of play off to the right. And he's 2/3 the way there.
Look at you picking up on the math.
Since 1929, Ted Drewes has remained steadfast in its commitment to quality, consistency, and tradition. Ted Drewes, 2 locations, open daily. And there's a shot foul. When you visit Ted Drewes, you're not just enjoying frozen custard, you're experiencing a piece of St. Louis history. Ted Drewes, unmatched quality, unforgettable taste. The pitch to Meidroth. Upstairs. 1 ball, 2 strikes. In the 7th inning, Ricky's going to tell you about it. Victor Scott the second, Mason Wynn, Ivan Herrera. Good trio to try to get something started. The pitch, Meidroth strikes out swinging, and Matt struck out 4 in the inning. But a wild pitch allowed a base runner on the first strikeout. Lenyn Sosa. A 2-run homer by Taylor. We go to the 7th, 4-2 Chicago.
You know, with like Lands Inc., we specialize in, we've got an amazing HVAC department that takes care of your furnace, you know, your heat system, air conditioning, they do
pumps,
that.
yeah.
And for us in Underground, we take care of all your pipes that come into your home, leave your home, and work around your home to keep it dry, you know, your drainage system, sump pumps, things like that. And exactly what you said, if you don't know, you know, a couple decades ago, it was more like, oh, something broke, go fix it, repair it, no big deal. Well, now with the technology, we have cameras, like you said, that we can come in on these Orange Comfort Clubs, and we can camera your sewer lines underneath your house and check them out just to make sure they're fine. If there's something wrong with it, we can show you right then. You know, truth is in seeing it.
Yeah.
We show it to you, and then you can plan as a homeowner for making those repairs or dealing with that issue later on. If it's an immediate need, at least you're not caught off surprise.
That sewer camera inspection with a proper clean out. I was just learning more at landsinc.com.
Kelsey Furniture in downtown Tuscola sells Tempur-Pedic beds. What's it like?
I'm going to tell you right now, Stevie, that thing is the best thing I've ever slept on in my life. My wife and I both have said we've never had better night's sleep. And the people at Kelsey's were fantastic. Brian is the guy that helped us. You know, as much as I did my research, he has a world of knowledge about beds themselves. Oh, man, it's like sleeping on a cloud, man.
Kelsey Furniture, downtown Tuscola.
If you want a hand-cut, perfectly cooked filet, there's only one place to get it, the Long Branch Steakhouse in downtown Gifford. Customers rave about Donnie's fillets, so tender that you can cut it with your fork. Don't go to an ordinary steakhouse, choose Long Branch and have it your way. Join the many people who know that it's worth the trip. The Long Branch Steakhouse in beautiful downtown Gifford. And remember, there's always room for Long Branch.
Right-hander Grant Taylor has the top of the 7th. The Cardinals have to play catch-up, and there's a check swing, but it's called a strike as Victor Scott couldn't hold up. Alfonso Marquez deemed that the bat went through the zone, so strike 1. As we play here in the top of the 7th inning, it's 4-2 Chicago. Next delivery is swung on and missed. He just threw that one by Victor. And it's 0-2. Vic has had 2 at-bats. He's grounded out and struck out. The wind and the pitch, and he shows bunt, and he foul tips it into the catcher's glove again. That's the 3rd time that has happened in this past week to Victor Scott, who's arguing. I think he thinks he may have hit the catcher's glove, but Victor Scott's going to lose that. The Cardinals say, hold on a minute, let us check it. As Victor's still convinced that he did not do that, and the Cardinals say play on. So Victor is out. He was showing bunt, and the ball hit his bat, and the catcher held onto it. Graybar is your electrical and datacom distributor, helping to power, connect, or maintain your operation.
Yep.
Graybar does that. First pitch is low, ball 1 to Mason Wynn. First time we've seen Taylor in this series. He's a 6'3" right-hander, 23 years of age, out of LSU. They can produce some pitchers. Swing and a fly ball to right. Moving over towards the line is Tauchman. And that's a quick 2 outs this inning as Mason Wynn is 0 for 3 plus a walk today. And Ivan Herrera will have to try to get something going with 2 outs and nobody on. Just the 5th game for Taylor since his recall. And he's only thrown 3 1/3 innings, but he's getting a pretty important assignment here in the 7th inning of a 4-2 game. Herrera doing some doctoring on the batting gloves as he approaches home plate. He must have called timeout to get that extra time. Kind of supposed to be done with that already by the time you get to that point. He's always just a little late in getting ready to hit. Herrera does have 2 hits in this game, and he hits that ball hard to straightaway center field. Backing up is Robert. He's at the wall and makes the catch and bangs into the wall. Herrera almost took that one out to straightaway center, but a 1-2-3 inning for the Cardinals. And we're going to the 7th inning stretch presented by Spectrum. Stay in the game with Spectrum Internet. Visit Spectrum.com. The Cardinals are trailing in the first of 2 today by a score of 4-2.
It doesn't matter if you're running drills at the park, playing pickup on a Saturday, or sinking the final putt. When you compete with your friends with Michelob Ultra on the line, competition isn't that friendly. The trash talk, next level, and the stakes, oh, those are crystal clear. With only 95 calories and superior smooth taste, it's the ultimate trophy. Superior is worth playing for. Michelob Ultra, superior like beer. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2025, Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
This is Cardinals broadcaster John Rooney. Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance is for the people of Missouri, in good times and in bad. They're for Missouri families and Missouri communities. And when Missouri weather rips through our state, they are here to put back the pieces. So if you have 1 car or 20, a home or an apartment, a business, a boat, or an entire family legacy to protect, if you're a Missourian, Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance is for you.
Chick-fil-A has the preferred chicken sandwich of the St. Louis Cardinals, and wait until you try their chicken strips. Celebrate summer with either a free 2-count strip or 5-count nuggets in the app the week of June 23rd. Just download the Chick-fil-A app and claim your free 2-count strips or 5-count nuggets from June 23rd through the 27th. The Chick-fil-A app makes ordering simple and pick up quick. Do the drive-thru at the counter. Score points like the Cardinals score runs every time you use the Chick-fil-A app. Chick-fil-A, with 22 greater St. Louis area restaurants.
Eckstein, long ball, left field, grand slam, Cardinals win!
Hi, it's David Eckstein. I'm teaming up with the Cardinals and Mid-America Transplant to help save lives through organ and tissue donation. For me, it's personal. 4 people in my family received life-saving kidney transplants. Now I'm asking you to step up to make an impact in the effort to save lives. Go to fansforlife.org and register to become a donor today. It's fast, it's easy, and it's worth it.
Fastball is deemed outside, ball 1 to Andrew Benintendi, leading off the bottom of the 7th inning. Steven Matz back out for more work, swinging a foul off to the left. The 7th inning stretch was presented by Spectrum. Lightning fast speeds and major league reliability, so you can stay connected. Crazy inning for Matz last inning where he struck out 4 batters. Curveball is a called strike 2, and you could actually say that of the 5 batters he faced, in a matter of speaking, he had them all struck out. There was a strikeout wild pitch and a strikeout not called, followed by a home run, and there's a line drive to left, base hit for Benintendi. He has hits his last 2 times up. He's aboard leading off the bottom of the 7th. Learn in person or online at Maryville University. They let you decide. It's your education, your choice. Create a personalized learning experience at maryville.edu. The last time a pitcher in baseball had 4 strikeouts in an inning was Tyler Glasnow, and that was on the 7th of July in 2023. Well, that's not the last time. The last time was Steven Matz's last inning. 4 strikeouts. There's a off-speed pitch high, ball 1 to Miguel Vargas. Can't afford to give up any more runs. It's 4-2 Cardinals, or 4-2 White Sox. The Cardinals only have 4 hits in this game. Matt set, and the pitch to Vargas. That's high. Both breaking pitches just slipped out of the hands of the Cardinal lefty Matz. On deck is Teal, the catcher. Pitch to Vargas is grounded towards third. Arenado has it to second for one, on to first, and a double play. That was well turned and well played by Arenado to get to it quickly, but a good turn at second by Gorman. And a big double play for the Cardinals here in the 7th inning. 5-4-3. So Kyle Teal will bat with 2 outs and nobody on. He's 1 for 3 today. The Cardinals will have the middle of the order due up in the 8th inning. We'll see if they can get to the White Sox bullpen. It'll be Burleson, Contreras, and Gorman. Cardinals running out of chances today as Matz throws strike one to Teal, left-handed batting catcher. Matz works quickly as he always does. The wind and the 1-strike pitch is outside, 1-1.
The Cardinals will be facing a left-hander when they bat in the 8th.
With a couple lefties due up. Next pitch is up and in. Watch out, almost hit him. And again, the Cardinals have Brendan Donovan at their disposal as a pinch hitter. That may come into play towards the bottom of the order. We'll see. Next pitch is taken outside for a ball. Now it's 3-1. Matz has had a good season of throwing strikes, but he's behind Teal 3-1. 3-1 pitch is a called strike 3, or is that 2?
That's 2.
Well, he rung him up.
He rung him up. That was strike 2.
He rung him up. Let's call it 3. I think he's just making up for that call he didn't make last inning. Top of the zone, he called it strike 3, and it was strike 2. Now it's 3-2 pitch, and now it's outside, and it's a walk. So you go from a guy struck out on a 3-1 pitch. Matz has had
He's had some weird stuff happen out there.
Crazy couple of innings here. So to talk about Matz with the strikeouts and walks, that is just his 4th walk. And he has 38 strikeouts this year, so he's been really good out of the Cardinals' pen. Now facing a righty, Luis Robert Jr. Don't make a mistake here. So the mistake was the changeup to Michael A. Taylor. It just kind of sat there, middle of the plate, did not reach its intended target, which I'm sure was down and away with a little sink to it. First pitch to Robert is hit up the middle. That's a base hit. So a 2-out walk followed by a single, and the inning's not over yet. Sosa will bat for the 2nd time against Steven Matz. He struck out the first time, and he reached on the wild pitch. And will the Cardinals let Matz face the right-handed batting Sosa? And I think not. Ollie's asking Herrera to go out and talk with Steven Matz and talk a long time. Tell him everything you know about everything, Yvonne. I think that was the sign Ollie just gave him, because they're trying to let the right-hander get loose in the Cardinals' pen, who I think we'll see, and I believe that's Granillo.
9 hits already for the White Sox.
And they say he's ready, so Ollie is out of the dugout. He does not want Sosa to face Matz for a 2nd time. So we will have a pitching change. It's brought to you by Missouri Farmers Care, feeding Cardinal fans across the nation. We'll be right back.
Enjoy a true St. Louis Cardinals baseball experience. Book your Grand Slam ticket package today at the luxurious Marriott St. Louis Grand, steps away from Busch Stadium. You'll get 2 Cardinals tickets plus free hotel self-parking, complimentary high-speed internet access, and $20 towards a great pregame or postgame meal at Zinnia Bar and Grill. Grand Slam ticket packages start at $199. Book yours today at MarriottStLouisGrand.com. That's MarriottStLouisGrand.com. Proud hotel partner of the St. Louis Cardinals.
Cardinals fans love cheering on their team, but what's one thing they don't love? When being in pain gets in the way of doing the things they enjoy. That's why Aleve is here for Cards fans to help relieve your pain, so you can focus on what really matters. When minor aches and pains are getting in the way of your life, turn to the longer-lasting pain relief of Aleve, so you can feel your best all day. Each pill has the strength to last up to 12 hours. Try Aleve today.
They say consistency is the key to success. They weren't wrong. So how about grabbing a beer that's consistently smooth, consistently refreshing, and consistently light? You might just find that the road to success can be pretty enjoyable. Michelob Ultra, the perfect balance of taste and refreshment, and only 2.6 carbs and 95 calories. It's only worth it if you enjoy it. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
The Cardinals Hall of Fame and Museum is the official home of Cardinals history. For those who want to be a part of one of the sport's greatest collections in the world, museum membership is the way to go. Cardinals Museum membership provides unlimited admission for 1 year, exclusive Hall of Fame bobbleheads, discounts, ticket offers, and more, in addition to supporting exhibit design and artifact restoration. There are a variety of membership levels, including our ultimate level of membership. For more info and to join, go to cardinals.com/membership.
6'4" right-hander, rookie right-hander, Andre Granillo takes over for Steven Matz. He's 25 years old, 6'4", 250 from Cal Riverside. And he inherits 2 runners aboard, needs to get the man at the plate, and that is Lenine Sosa, who did not start this game, but came in last inning and scored a run. First pitch to him is in the dirt, and it squirts away from Herrera, and advancing to third is Teal. Again, a ball that he should have been able to block. I'm sure that will go as a wild pitch, though, to Granillo. And now the pressure's on Herrera even more here with a runner at third base. 4-2 is the score. Granillo has pitched twice for the Cardinals and has not given up a run yet, 3 2/3 innings. And he's trying to save these inherited runners for Steven Matz, who is charged with 2 runs, but 2 runners are still aboard. Granillo delivers, the runner goes, and that's in the dirt, and it's blocked by Herrera, but a stolen base for Luis Robert Jr., his 22nd. And that is the 3rd stolen base of this game for Chicago. Runners at second and third. And Granillo just needs to get the batter. With Nick Capra due up next, the 2-0 pitch is a called strike to Sosa. Granillo had good numbers in AAA, and that's why he was called up. Very good numbers. Needs a pitch here, 2-1 the count, and it's on its way, and it's hit in the air to center field. It's going to stay in the ballpark, and it's going to be out number 3 if Vic catches it, which he does. So the White Sox do not score in the 7th. We go to the 8th. John will have the play-by-play for you as the Cardinals trail this one 4-2.
Drive in, drive out. Recycling's what Max is all about. You can make some cash and do your share. We make it really simple because we care. It doesn't matter large or small. Our friendly staff will handle it all. Starting it over is what we do at Max Twin City Recycling.
Fighting Illini fans, your Illinois football team is coming off a 10-win season as Citrus Bowl champs. This fall, Illinois returns 18 starters from the Citrus Bowl victory, including star quarterback Luke Altmaier for a 3rd straight season. Led by head coach Brett Bielema, the Fighting Illini are listed on nearly every major top 25 ranking for the 2025 season. Stay up to date on all things Fighting Illini football at fightingillini.com. We can't wait to see you back in Memorial Stadium this fall.
Local, personal, trusted. Hi, this is Todd Durakan with First Federal Savings Bank of Champaign-Urbana, and we've been serving Champaign County since 1908. Our institution is safe, strong, and stable. We operate on a foundation of responsible and sound practices, and you can rest easy knowing we're your bank. Rated 5-star superior by Bauer Financial, Inc., fast, friendly, and local, with local loan decisions and underwriting. If you're not already banking with us, give us a try, and we think you'll love it here. First Federal Savings Bank, 356bank.com, member FDIC, equal housing lender, NMLS 435120.
At ABC Heating and Air, it's our promise to help you always be comfortable. Do you need rescued because you're burning hot? Do you need rescued because your air is shot? Call ABC Heating and Air at 352-5400 and let us rescue you from the heat. ABC Heating and Air, 352-5400. Can't you see you need to call me at ABC? Call ABC Heating and Air. That's ABC Heating and Air, 352-5400.
Two of the three batters right out of the gate here in the 8th are left-handed hitters, so the White Sox go to the bullpen for lefty Cam Booser. Booser, a 1-3 record, ERA of 4.5. Burleson will face him, a walk, a foul out. Burleson was on with catcher's interference, so he's 0 for 1 today. The Cardinals trail 4-2, batting in the 8th. Booser's pitch, a swing and a miss. Big sweeper on the first pitch from the Chicago left-hander. Contreras waits on deck, and then Nolan Gorman. There's another breaking ball, check swing, and it's a strike called by Alfonso Marquez. That looked like a check swing. 0-2 on Burleson. Booser with the long pause, the pitch. And the ball is slapped into center field, a base hit on an 0-2 pitch.
How about that?
Came back with another sweeper.
What a great approach by Alec Burleson. He kept his hands back and just kind of punched that right through the box. Well done on an 0-2 pitch. That is slugging the first two and then hitting with 2 strikes. That approach, well, it works.
A 6-game hitting streak for Burleson. He has 10 hits in his last 24 at-bats during the streak. Now Wilson Contreras, he has a sacrifice fly to his credit today. Burleson leads at first. Booser gives him a look. The left-hander's pitch is swung on and a high fly. Deep left field. It's a goner. A goner for Contreras. Tying the game at 4.
Well, that didn't take long here in the 8th, did it? Base hit, home run. Contreras has 3 RBIs today, now 48. That was his team-leading 10th home run, and a huge home run here in the 8th inning.
Contreras touches home plate. The White Sox fans boo him to his delight. Wilson Contreras goes yard. Nobody out. Now it's Gorman, Arenado, and Nootbaar against Booser. Michael A. Taylor hit a 2-run homer to give the White Sox the lead. Contreras has tied it up. There's a pitch outside. A fastball at 96 from Booser. Ball 1 to Gorman. Gorman has struck out twice and grounded out. He grounded out facing Eisert the last time up. Check swing, sweeper outside.
Well, this is going to change what the Cardinals do with their bullpen the last couple innings, too, now that they've gotten even with Chicago and hoping for more.
The pitch to Gorman. A swing and a miss. He pulled off the breaking ball.
I believe that's Maton. We can't quite see through the way the fencing is here, but I believe that's Maton getting loose for the Cardinals.
2-1 on Gorman. When he makes contact, he packs a wallop. The pitch. And he taps that one toward the pitcher. Booser gets to it, turns around, and throws it away. Backed up by the second baseman, Sosa. He just threw a lollipop over there, somewhere over the rainbow, with Dorothy and Toto and the whole crew.
Oh, my goodness.
I couldn't believe that.
I mean, he couldn't have been more than, 20 feet away from the first baseman, and literally just lobbed it way over his head. I mean, you're talking about a pitcher that throws the ball on a corner, but couldn't just have a lob throw to first base. Really, that's why pitchers are being taught, John, to underhand the ball, run to the bag and underhand it, because there are a lot of times pitchers are better at throwing
get
hard.
Up on that front foot and just let it sail.
You can throw hard, but throwing soft is a different matter.
Single, home run, error on what should have been out number 1, and here's Nolan Arenado.
Oh, you got to make that hurt.
Nolan, after his 350th Major League home run.
Booser has to be spinning now with that.
Gorman over at first base. And Sosa was where he was supposed to be, or the runner would have been at second. Gorman takes his lead. Arenado looks at strike 1. Oh, for a hanger here for Nolan Arenado. Arenado twirls the bat, rocks it back and forth. Booser, the left-hander, checks on first and pitches. Foul ball off the screen above the Cardinal dugout. Friday Night Live at Busch Stadium. That's coming up tomorrow night. The hottest happy hour in the Lou. Enjoy Happy Hour Price Ballpark eats and drinks every Friday night home game throughout the entire game. For details, visit Cardinals.com/Friday, and it's a 6:15 game tomorrow. Arenado hits one foul into the White Sox dugout.
I want to go back to the 4-strikeout inning of Steven Matz. The last time a Cardinal pitcher struck out 4 batters in an inning, it was Bob Gibson in 1966. That's 59 years ago. He did that on the 7th of June.
We're tied at 4, top of the 8th, nobody out, runner at first. Arenado, another foul ball over to the camera well next to the White Sox dugout. Nolan hit a fly ball to the warning track in left field for an out in the first inning. Grounded out, first base to the pitcher covering, was given an intentional walk and was left on base when the Cardinals left the bases loaded in the 6th. The 0-2. Arenado pops this one into short center field. And that is going to be played by the shortstop Mydroth, calling off Luis Robert Jr. Before Nootbaar bats, let's pause here for a station ID on the Cardinals Network, powered by Graybar.
You're listening to St. Louis Cardinals baseball on WSJK Tuscola, Champaign-Urbana, ESPN 93.5. Brought to you by Max Twin City Recycling. Visit them at maxrecycling.com.
Along with Ricky Horton, Mike Claiborne, I'm John Rooney. We're on the south side of Chicago in a 4-4 game. Nootbaar pokes the bat at the ball trying to bunt and fouls it back to the screen. Nootbaar, a single and a caught stealing in the second. A fly out to center. And after an intentional walk to Arenado to load the bases, Nootbaar took a walk to force in a run. Booser from the stretch. The pitch. Nootbaar looks at a strike.
Unearned runs have been part of this game. Each team has one. The Cardinals a chance to get another one here with Gorman, the runner at first base. Yeah, that would give them the lead if they could get him across.
A single by Burleson, a home run by Contreras, and we're tied at 4. Runner at first, 1 out. Gorman leads there. The pitch. Outside, a check swing by Nootbaar. 1 ball, 2 strikes. A right-hander is warming in the bullpen. In fact, a righty and a lefty now for the White Sox. The Cardinals have a right-hander throwing in their pen. Booser pitches outside with a breaking ball. That was his 17th pitch of the inning.
I'm sure they will not let Booser face, I'm not sure, but I don't think they'll let him face Jordan Walker if we get to that.
A lead at first for Gorman. Booser on 2-2 for Lars Nootbaar. In the dirt, and the ball gets away from the catcher, Teal. Down to second. The go-ahead run, Gorman. Wild pitches.
Catcher's interference. We've had a lot.
We've had a little bit of everything, haven't we?
Yes, we have. Errors.
The go-ahead run is Gorman at second base after reaching on a lob throwing error by Cam Booser. The 3-2 pitch here for Lars Nootbaar. And he takes ball 4 inside. 2 on with 1 out for Jordan Walker. Nootbaar at first and Gorman at second. Walker is coming up.
Walker's expecting a pitching change here. He's actually looking towards the White Sox dugout.
And Walker's going to be facing the left-hander.
He is.
Because the pitching coach is on his way out there. Katz comes running out of the dugout.
How about that?
We remind the fans that tomorrow night's game is a 6:15 start. There's a post-game concert, so a 6:15 start. It's going to be a wild, fun night at Busch Stadium with the Cardinals returning to play the Cincinnati Reds. After the Reds and the Cardinals play 3 over the weekend, the Cubs are in town. Then the Cardinals go on the road. They'll be playing in Cleveland, Pittsburgh, and back here in Chicago against the Cubs. And we're so fortunate to be able to play that Sunday night game at the end of the 3-city road trip.
It'll be fun.
Oh, it will. Always is on the north side, at the Shrine on the north side.
I do have a question. Who's the right-hander up for, if not Jordan Walker?
Walker is up with 2 on. The pitch. Walker swings, and it's a high fly ball. Deep left center field. And it is caught by the center fielder, Robert. Tagging at second and going to third, Nolan Gorman. Walker came so close to airing that one out.
I thought that one had a chance off the bat. He hit that ball to deep left center field. Robert, good center fielder, went a long way to get it, caught it right up against the wall, and Gorman very alertly going to third base. Now another wild pitch, and we've had several of them. And the
right-handed pitcher is up for Pozo. Joel Pozo is going to bat for Victor Scott II.
There you go. That's the answer.
So we are waiting for Will Venable to make the step up the dugout, or will he? Runners at first and third for the Cardinals in a tie game at 4, top half of the 8th. No move toward the mound by Will Venable. He's still seated next to the screen there in the third base dugout. So here is Pozo batting for Scott, who's 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts today.
So if you take out the left, the reason they don't want the right-hander is because they don't want to face Donovan. I don't blame them for that.
Here's Pozo. Joel takes ball 1 low. This guy can put the ball in play with authority. Batting .286, 2 home runs, 6 RBIs through 63 at-bats. He has played in the big leagues with the Rangers and now the Cardinals.
One more wild pitch, please.
Booser with the pitch. Pozo takes low, ball 2. Gorman reached on an error. He's over at third. Newbar's the runner at first. 4-4 our score in the 8th. Now the pitch to Pozo. Check swing, ball 3 high and outside. Mason Wynn is on deck. Pozo all spread out in the right-handed batter's box. Booser with the 3-0 pitch. And here it is for the Cardinal pinch hitter, and that's taken for a strike on the inside corner. 3-1. Number 63, Joel Pozo. Booser has thrown 24 pitches this inning. Number 25 is on the way. Pozo chops it toward third, and it's a foul ball. 3-2, meaning Newbar will be running from first base with Gorman looking on with interest over at third. A single by Burleson and a home run by Wilson Contreras tied the game here in the top of the 8th. Then Gorman reached on a throwing error by the pitcher. Arenado popped out. Newbar walked. Walker hit one to the track in left center for a long out. The 3-2 pitch with the runner going. This is popped up foul out of play down the left field line. That's going to go to the section just to our left. Up to the mezzanine section. Joel Pozo batting for Victor Scott II. Looking to straighten one out here against Cam Booser. Booser from the stretch. The runner goes at first. The pitch is swung on line to left. A base hit, and the Cardinals lead. The error turns into a run as Gorman crosses the plate on the pinch hit RBI single by Joel Pozo. First and second, 2 outs, and now Venable will make the pitching change as Mason Wynn is coming up. This change is brought to you by Goodwill. Give hope, give local, give Goodwill. We will be back.
When mosquitoes and bugs invade, your family can feel trapped indoors. Make your escape with help from Cutter Brand. With a wide range of effective area bug solutions, you can choose the best one for your family. From lawn treatment that lasts all summer to a backyard fogger for your deck, patio, or other areas of the yard. Plus Cutter candles. Perfect for summer evenings outside. Trust Cutter Brand, a leader in mosquito protection for 25 years, and escape the indoors. Cutter, protect your people.
For 20 years, CarShield has helped save drivers from those "oh no" moments because nobody wants to spend their vacation fund on a new transmission. Know what else turns 20 this year? Flip phones, frosted tips, hookah necklaces, and giant cargo shorts. But we're only talking about good memories here. From road trips to rush hour, CarShield has had your back. Join the celebration at carshield.com because 20 years of saving drivers money never goes out of style. Coverage varies by plans. View contracts and exclusions at carshield.com.
At Bayer, it is our goal to tackle the challenges of food insecurity by delivering innovation to farmers that help them grow healthy and affordable food in a sustainable way. That's why in communities across the U.S., Bayer has worked with farmers for decades to help put food on the table for those in need so that together we achieve health for all, hunger for none. Visit Bayer.us.com. That's Bayer.us.com to learn more.
There's no better way to enjoy America's favorite pastime than cheering on the Cardinals with your family at Busch Stadium. From the thrill of watching the game to the kid-friendly activities, food, and fun, the ballpark has it all. Make magical memories as you cheer together for every home run, double play, and Cards win. Your family summer tradition starts here at Busch Stadium. Grab your tickets today at Cardinals.com. St. Louis Cardinals for the Lou.
30-year-old Steven Wilson, a right-hander, is on to face Mason Wynn. And Venable knows that Wynn isn't going to be lifted for the pinch hitter Brendan Donovan, if indeed Donovan's available to pinch hit in game one.
I think he just didn't want to face Donovan, and I can't say I blame him.
First and second for the Cardinals, who lead 5-4 in the eighth inning. And there's a high sweeper, ball one to Mason Wynn. Wynn's looking for his first hit today. He led off the game with a walk against Sean Burke and scored on a sacrifice fly by Wilson Contreras. Right-hander against right-hander. Wilson kicks, he pitches, and this ball is hit high in the air, right center field. Luis Robert Jr. calls and makes a one-handed catch. The Cardinals strand two more, but they scored three, two on a home run by Contreras. Gorman got on an error and crossed the plate on a pinch hit single by Joel Pozo. We go to the bottom of the eighth. The Cardinals lead now 5-4 on the south side of Chicago.
Jesse with Lands Drain Cleaning. Do you have your sewer line cleaned every year? Are you constantly getting roots or blockages? Why deal with that headache year after year? Call Lands Drain Cleaning today at 217-355-5512 to have our expert staff come out, clean your line. We give you a free camera inspection, show you what's wrong, where it's at, and then we can offer you a repair for that problem so you don't have to deal with it again. Lands Drain Cleaning. Why call anyone else?
Get ready, St. Louis. The Cubs are coming to town June 23rd through the 26th. The Cardinals host baseball's best rivalry at Busch Stadium in a series that always delivers. The Chicago STL rivalry is legendary, and the energy in the ballpark will be electric. It's the perfect way to spend a summer day or night at the ballpark with passionate fans and nonstop action. Don't miss out. Get your tickets today at cardinals.com/tickets.
Hey, this is Sonny Gray, St. Louis Cardinals for the Lou.
Sarah Champagne managing partner Ben Quattrone on why integrity is important at Sarah.
We hire the person. The person makes the deal. The person makes the department. The person makes everyone around them treat people with courtesy and respect. If you have a quality human being, you can play any position, right? We're talking about sports. They can perform in any department, and I could teach someone a job, but I can't teach them to be a good person.
Learn more at sarahchampagne.com. That's SERRA champagne.com.
For 50 years, Pia's has been the bar where champagne comes to play. From 7 a.m. beers to championship softball teams, legendary bartenders to unforgettable nights. On Saturday, July 19th from noon to midnight, come on out to celebrate 50 years of Pia's Sports Bar and Grill. There will be live bands and DJs all day featuring PSP at 2 p.m. and Voodoo XLs at 8. 50 years of Pia's, 50 years of Miller Lite, and 50 years of memories. It started in 1975 with a dream, and it's still the place you call home. You won't want to miss it.
Benny Capra leads off for the Chicago White Sox in the bottom of the eighth inning, and he takes a strike from Phil Maton. Maton facing 8, 9, and 1 in the order, with the Cardinals up by a run. They got the line moving and had a little help. Big error by the pitcher, and there's a line drive foul down the left field line. That was on the sweeper from Maton. It was up, and Capra hit it just foul. The Cardinals put up 3 in the 8th inning, 2 on a home run by Wilson Contreras, and quite an at-bat on an 0-2 pitch for Alec Burleson to just get the bat head out and single up the middle, getting on for Contreras. The pitch to Capra. He gets under this one and pops it into short right field. Jordan Walker was playing in to begin with, wearing the sunglasses. He puts it away, 1 out.
I'm trying to figure out why Pedro Pages was in the on-deck circle. Mason Wynn was at the plate in the 8th inning, and Pages was in the on-deck circle. I understand why Pages, who was in the game, would come in for the last couple of innings just for defensive reasons, but why would he pinch hit for Herrera unless the Cardinals were just trying to make it seem that that's what they were going to do?
I have a feeling that's what was up.
And they would have used Donovan instead.
A foul ball, and that goes out of play off to the right, off the bat of Michael A. Taylor. Taylor gave the White Sox a 2-run lead with a home run in the 6th inning. That was erased on Contreras' 2-run homer in the top of the 8th. Nobody on, 1 out. The 1-strike pitch from Maton. Strike with a fastball. Suit up this season at MLBshop.com. Check out the largest selection of authentic jerseys, caps, hoodies, T-shirts, and
more.
Visit MLBshop.com, the official source for Cardinals gear and
more.
See, I added that.
Yeah,
you were right on top.
I was ready for it. Always have to be ready. It's a game of adjustments.
So Maton has thrown 2 strikes and
more.
That's what we want here.
1 more. That's all.
Taylor a walk and a home run today. He takes outside. Maton was not going to make a mistake on 0-2 there.
But 3 strikes wasn't enough one time in this game.
No, it wasn't. Not with Taylor batting. Then he hit a home run on an off-speed pitch. A foul ball, and that goes over the screen. For many years after this park opened in the early 90s, the screen went from the top of the backstop all the way up to our level here at the broadcast level. The pitch, a curveball that doesn't curve enough, and Taylor gets out of the way, 2-2. But they took that away so the fans could have some more souvenirs. Good crowd on hand for this one today. The first of 2 on the south side of Chicago. The pitch, swing and a miss. Taylor strikes out on the curveball. What is it with the rotation on the curve and the sweeper for Maton that gets so many swings and misses?
Well, he's got great spin on it, number one, but I just think it's the late break, too. I mean, it's going across 2 different planes. It's mostly going horizontally, not vertically, but guys see it come right at their shoulder. It's his release point, too. He kind of a little bit lower, when you drop down just a little bit, so it's coming at your front shoulder, and it's the magnitude of the break, but it's also the lateness of the break.
Ball 1 goes inside, a cut fastball that time from Phil Maton to Mike Tauchman. Tauchman is 0 for 4 today, 0 for 7 in the series, striking out 4 times. He's the leadoff batter today, swings and misses a high sweeper.
Boy, Maton's been good, hasn't he?
He has. The strikeouts he maneuvered in the Cardinal win last Saturday in Milwaukee. That was at a do-or-die moment for the Cardinals in that game. Here's a swing and a high fly ball. Left field, Nootbaar. He's there. He has it. 1, 2, 3 go the White Sox. We go to the 9th. Game 1 of our doubleheader with the Cardinals leading 5-4.
Hey Cardinals fans, Brendan Donovan here. Nothing beats the feeling of being safe at home, both on and off the field. That's why I've teamed up with Ameren to share some key electrical safety tips to protect your home team. Start by installing GFCI outlets in kitchens and bathrooms. They're like your home's Gold Glove defenders, stopping electrical hazards before they happen. Next, make sure your plugs fit snugly in their outlets. For more ways to stay safe at home, visit ameren.com/safety.
What does it mean to be rich? Maybe it's less about reaching a magic number and more about discovering the magic in life. At Edward Jones, our dedicated financial advisors are the people you can count on for financial strategies that help support a life you love. Because the key to being rich is knowing what counts. Learn more about our comprehensive approach to planning at edwardjones.com/findyourrich. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
Baseball season is heating up, and so is the weather. Don't let spring showers wreak havoc on your home. Call Helitech, the experts in home waterproofing, foundation repair, concrete leveling, and more. Helitech offers proven solutions for damaging moisture, cracks, and sinking foundations using state-of-the-art technology to keep your home safe and dry. You deserve the best. Contact Helitech today for a free inspection at helitechonline.com.
Heal your home with Helitech.
Life is loud, chaotic, hilarious, and occasionally peaceful. Your life fits you, so why settle for life insurance that fits someone else? At Shelter Insurance, our local agents help you design a personal protection plan backed by award-winning customer service. We're your shield. We're your shelter. Shelter Life Insurance Company, Columbia, Missouri.
See Shelter Agent Chris Clayton in Charleston and get a free personal protection review.
Pedro Pages, he comes out to face Steven Wilson. We're in the ninth inning. Pages batting in Herrera's spot. The pitch, a swing and a miss. Pages came on to catch, replacing Herrera the bottom half of the eighth inning, and he steps in there against Wilson with Burleson to follow and then Contreras. The one strike pitch, here it is. Swing and a miss. That breaking ball, that sweeper had a little more bite to it at the end. And Pedro is in the hole, no balls, 2 strikes. Coming in batting .216 with 5 home runs and 22 RBIs. Played college ball at Florida Atlantic. Holds the bat down on the knob. Wilson with the pitch. Pages fouls it back. That almost picked off Burleson.
Watch out, Alex. He was startled by that, wasn't he? Now he's moving over towards the Cardinals dugout.
Yeah, he gets away from that on-deck circle.
Helsley getting loose for the Cardinals, barring a big top of the ninth for the Cardinals. We'll see him in the bottom of the ninth.
It's a 1-run lead, 5-4 Cardinals, top of the ninth. Wilson to Pages. Upstairs. Nice grab by Teal, leaping to catch it.
He got out on his front foot on that one and just overcooked it. And that makes me think of the essentially one of the plays of the game when their pitcher, Cam Boozer, got out on his front foot on a throw to first base and airmailed it with Gorman at the plate. That's the difference in the game right now.
The pitch on the way for Pages. Swing and a miss. A sweeper strikes him out. 1 out in the ninth inning. Here's Alec Burleson. Burleson has been on with a walk and catcher's interference. He is fouled out, singled, and scored. 1 for 2 in this one. He's 4 out of 7 in the series. A home run, 2 runs scored, 2 RBIs. Then he's facing a right-hander and Steven Wilson. The pitch to Burleson. Downstairs for a ball. Wilson is another one of those guys who likes to use up most of the pitch timer. He'll wait till it gets down to 3-2 seconds and then start his motion.
Whatever he's doing is working. He's having a good year for the White Sox.
The pitch to Burleson. A swing and a broken bat. Line drive to right. Tauchman can't catch it. Burleson takes the turn at first and he'll hold on. Tauchman tried to make a diving play, but the ball went off his glove. That's a 2-hit game for Burleson. That bat had 1 more hit left. There's more wood for the winter fire. Now Wilson Contreras, the former Cub, coming to bat, much to the delight of the White Sox fans here on the south side. And Wilson savored that trip around the bases after hitting his 10th home run of the year that tied the game in the 8th.
Catch probability on that was 65%. Yeah, I just think he got a bad jump on that.
I do too.
And didn't quite close on it very well either, but I think the awkward swing is the part of the reason why, which is hard to really put a number on that.
Wilson with the pitch timer down to 3. He deals. Ball 1 low.
You can't always tell that the bat is broken if you're playing right field. We hear it, and we hear it on our effects mics, and you can kind of tell, I think, but right field's a long way from home plate.
And the way Burleson was running, I think that 65% catch probability is right. The pitch, taken high, ball two. I don't think Burleson could have made second.
No.
But he wasn't in an all-out sprint to first base, and then he picked it up when he thought, I might be able to move up. But Tachman recovered and kept Burleson at first base. Goes down as a hit. The Cardinals have been out hit 9-8, but lead 5-4 in the ninth. With one out, Wilson pitches to Contreras. That looked like a strike, called a ball. 3-0 on Wilson Contreras facing Steven Wilson. We have Wilson facing Willson Contreras. Contreras, if he likes it, he'll cut loose. The pitch at his head, and he goes down in the box. Taking ball four. A head-high fastball puts Contreras on base. Burleson goes down to second. Wilson's on base for the second time today.
Almost feels like all of baseball is throwing at Wilson Contreras.
Well, he's been hit 11 times.
He has, and on a 3-0 pitch, he's thinking, I'm going to just air one out on a pitch if it's down the middle of the plate. And he's not thinking about it being under his chin, but that's where it was.
You talk about a time to put some distance between yourself and your opponent. It could happen on one swing here by Nolan Gorman. 2 on, 1 out. Steven Wilson from the belt. The kick, the pitch. Strike one. The White Sox relievers have not thrown many fastballs. Sweepers, cutters, few changeups, and an occasional fastball. The one-strike pitch. The runners, they were going to take off. Wilson Contreras was way off first base. I don't know what happened with Burleson at second. They had the tell on Steven Wilson, but Burleson stopped about 10 feet away from second base toward third. They had the base stolen. They had the double steal in their back pocket. Wilson Contreras was about halfway to second and had to scramble back when Teal had to scramble for the ball that got away from him about 3 or 4 feet. 1 ball, 1 strike. A look to second, now the pitch. Swing and a miss. Gorman pulled off that pitch.
Almost as if Burley didn't trust it. Maybe he had the same tell. I mean, the lead guy's got to have the tell first.
Mm-hmm.
And the other guy follows the lead runner, but Contreras was totally convinced that Burley was going to take off there.
The 1-2 pitch with 1 out. Here it is for Gorman. A swing, and there's a fly ball, right center field. Tachman closing in on this one. He slides, makes the catch. Burleson gets back to second. If they had the double steal, that would have been a run.
Sure would have.
With 2 outs, Nolan Arenado is up. Right-hander against right-hander. Teal steps out in front of the plate, goes through some signals for the infielders, and relays a sign with PitchCom to his pitcher, Steven Wilson. Over at first, Wilson Contreras. Alec Burleson is the runner at second. 2 outs, the Cardinals lead by 1. Elsley is ready in the Cardinal bullpen for the bottom of the ninth. The pitch. Arenado takes outside, a sweeper backhanded by Teal. The Cardinals scored 3 in the 8th to go up 5-4. We're in the 9th inning. 2 on, 2 outs. Here's Wilson from the stretch. And going back to second base, a step off by Wilson. Burleson gets back there without a throw. Nootbaar is waiting on deck. Sosa is trying to move over to shorten the lead of Burleson at second base. Arenado is looking for his first hit today. He takes outside. 2 balls, no strikes. Wilson has thrown 19 pitches, getting the last out of the 8th inning. Mason Wynn on a fly out to center. And 2 outs, a strikeout, a fly out, with a single and a walk in between. The 2-0 for Nolan Arenado. Foul ball out of play to the right. When the White Sox bat in the ninth inning, Meidroth, Benintendi, Vargas, 2, 3, and 4 in the lineup will be up. From the stretch, Steven Wilson. He looks to second. Now the pitch. Arenado drives that one left field. That's hit down the line, and it goes foul. That's patented Nolan Arenado foul ball.
It sure is.
Just out in front of it. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 on, 2 outs. In the second game of our doubleheader, we're looking at Michael McGreevy 1-1 against Mike Vassell 3-2. About 30 minutes in between games. And Matt Pauley will have our post game and the pregame leading to that one. The 2-2 pitch. Arenado checks his swing, a foul ball over to the screen in front of the Cardinal dugout. That was up and in on him. And in self-defense, Arenado fouled the pitch away. 5-4 Cardinals, 2 outs, 2 on, top half of the ninth. The Cardinals won 12-2 on Tuesday. They've come back in this from being 4-2 down. The 2-2 pitch with 2 on, 2 outs. Arenado swings, fouling it straight back. He was on that pitch. Now Wilson is over 22 pitches. He's at 23 in this stint out of the bullpen. Sean Burke gave up 2 runs, 1 earned over 5 1/3. Brandon Eisert, 2/3 of an inning, coming in the 6th. Grant Taylor came in the 7th. Booster gave up 3 runs, 2 earned on 2/3 of the 8th inning. Wilson got the last out, and Wilson is pitching the 9th. The 2-2 pitch, another one for Nolan Arenado. Here it comes. A swing and a miss. The Cardinals strand 2. Well, let's hold them and get ready for game 2 of the doubleheader. Ryan Helsley is coming in with the White Sox coming up in the bottom of the ninth. The Cardinals lead 5-4.
Feel the magic with the official St. Louis Cardinals credit card from Central Bank. From tickets to throwing out the first pitch, your St. Louis Cardinals credit card earns rewards for one-of-a-kind experiences. Your Cardinals credit card earns you double reward points at the stadium and at Cardinals.com. Central Bank, the hometown bank of the St. Louis Cardinals, are now offering the official St. Louis Cardinals credit card. Visit CardinalsCredit.com or any Central Bank location to sign up. Subject to credit approval, see bank for details.
Don't forget your favorite Lay's, the perfect sidekick to your game day. No matter if you're cheering for our St. Louis Cardinals from the stands or hosting the ultimate game day throwdown with your crew, there's a Lay's flavor to go with it. Lay's, proud partner of your St. Louis Cardinals.
Looking for more tractor without spending more green? Seidenstricker Nobe Partners has a deal for you. Right now, get a John Deere 1025R with a 120R loader for the same price as a 1023E compact tractor. That's big savings and even bigger value, plus 0% financing for 84 months. Get this free upgrade for just $219 a month. Visit snpartners.com. Seidenstricker Nobe, your partner for the land.
Offer valid through 7/2/2025. Some restrictions apply. See dealer for details.
You could think you found your dream home online, but here's the twist. The lot next door just got rezoned for years of construction. Work with the expertise and ethical training of a Realtor, here to guide and help protect you from the surprises you didn't see coming. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors, right by you.
Rise to the occasion at One Cardinal Way, where luxury living meets legacy baseball in the heart of Ballpark Village. With limited homes remaining for the 2025 season, this is your chance to claim front row views of the St. Louis Skyline, Gateway Arch, Busch Stadium, and enjoy VIP access to Ballpark Village. Rooftop pool, private cabanas, grilling stations, and a fully staffed private bar. More than a home, it's next level living. Visit OneCardinalWay.com to schedule your tour before these exclusive homes are gone.
Ryan Helsley has 13 saves and 18 save opportunities. This is a save opportunity with a 1-run lead in the bottom of the ninth. Chase Meidroth, their number 2 hitter, has 2 hits and 4 at-bats. The right-handed batter takes high, ball 1, 97 on the first pitch fastball. Helsley is 3-0, 3.96 ERA. His 26th game. The right-hander's pitch. Meidroth checks his swing, taking low, and on the appeal, it's a strike. Steven Jaschinski, the call-up umpire for the doubleheader, brings up strike 1. 1-1. Helsley gets a lot of check swings on the slider. The pitch. A swing and a foul back to the screen. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The Cardinals lead 5-4, even though the White Sox about hit them 9-8. The Cardinals made an error. The White Sox have made 2. And the error in the 8th inning helped produce the go-ahead run.
Cardinals just 1 for 10 with runners in scoring position in this game, but still have the lead.
The pitch by Helsley. A swing and a miss on a pitch in the dirt, and on the appeal, he gets the ring up. Meidroth is out. The first base umpire raises the right arm. 1 down in the 9th inning. And here is veteran Andrew Benintendi.
Looking at on the replay, very close to whether that was a swing or not. Meidroth not happy with either of those calls.
Benintendi, the former Boston outfielder. The left-handed batter takes pitch 1 outside. He has a triple, a run scored, and a base hit. Came up with Boston in 2016, moved to Kansas City in 21. In 22, he played 93 games with Kansas City, 33 with the Yankees. Joined the White Sox in 23. Benintendi swings and fouls it. A half-hearted swing. And a foul ball over the shoulder of Pages to the grass behind home plate. Benintendi has been a .269 career hitter with 104 home runs and 516 RBIs. He's just 4 at-bats away from 4,000. 1 out, nobody on. The Cardinals lead by 1. Helsley's pitch, a swing and a foul ball. That goes out of play. That's in the lower level down the left field line for a souvenir. 1-2. Miguel Vargas is on deck. Between Benintendi and Vargas, they own 4 of the White Sox 9 hits. Here's the pitch by Helsley. A swing and a ground ball to the shortstop. Charging, Wynn has it, and he throws him out 2 down. The White Sox are down to their last out.
But they've got the guy they want at the plate right now.
Vargas with 10 home runs and 32 runs batted in. Vargas singled in Benintendi in the 5th inning. That gave the White Sox a 2-1 lead. The Cardinals tied it in the 6th. The White Sox untied it on a Taylor 2-run homer in the bottom of the 6th. And then the Cardinals put a 3-run 8th inning up. And here's a slider a little bit high to Vargas. Contreras with a 2-run homer. And then an error allowed Gorman to reach first base. He scored the go-ahead run on a pinch hit single by Joel Pozo. The pitch by Helsley. Ground ball back to Helsley. He has it. Flips to first. Redbird winner. Vargas is out 1-3, and this ballgame has come to an end. A comeback win for the Cardinals, 5-4 over the Chicago White Sox.
And they actually came back twice in this game to be able to take it, but it was the 3-run 8th inning. An error factored into that inning, but so did a 2-run home run by Wilson Contreras. A nice win for the Cardinals. They win this series, and they have a chance to sweep this series and sweep a doubleheader here coming up shortly.
Well, nice comeback after losing 2 out of 3 to the White Sox last year, a season where the White Sox set the record with 121 losses. But the Cardinals were down after a 2-run homer by Taylor, but it didn't get this team down.
And really good to see Ryan Helsley actually pick up a save today. He's been struggling lately. That's not been a big secret. Cardinals celebrating on the field, and they're going to have to kind of rest fast because we're going to play here shortly. But Helsley picking up save number 14, and congratulations to him.
And Andre Granillo gets the win, doesn't he?
I believe he does. He had that was a big out he got in relief of Steven Matz. He came on, and that's how we saw him.
First major league win. Congratulations to Andre Granillo.
We saw him in that capacity a lot in spring training. Come in, just get a batter out, and he was auditioning there, but he got the real thing just moments ago. So congratulations, first major league win for Andre Granillo.
And Cam Booser is the loser, 1-4. Helsley with his 14th save. The Cardinals were out hit 9-8, but won 5-4. So for Ricky Horton and for Mike Claiborne, coming up, we have our post-game show leading to the pregame show, both handled by Matt Pauley. Again, the final 5-4. We're getting set for game 2. So long for just a while.
Your lawn is an important investment. Let Spring Green take care of that lawn. Your local, family-owned and operated Spring Green has been committed to beautifying your neighborhood through quality, service, and professionalism. Spring Green's full program customers are backed by their guarantee of satisfaction. Smart Money Magazine reports that consumers value a home with a well-maintained lawn and landscape up to 11.3% higher than the base price. Why don't you call Spring Green today, 359-2111, or visit them at spring-green.com.
Now at Jets, order any 3-topping pizza and get $5 off. Just use promo code 3TOP when ordering. That's the number 3, T-O-P. Want to impress family and friends and spend less? Get creative and build your own 3-topping pizza with their favorites. Available in deep dish, thin crust, New York style, or hand-toss round. Any 3-topping Jets pizza for $5 off with promo code 3TOP. It's a deal. Jets, better because it has to be.
All right, it's Tim Onstad. What about Gail Ferrick's Trucking? What do I need to know?
We're busy. There is kind of an alarming trend in the trucking industry right now with freight rates being a little bit depressed, but our drivers are still doing good. That we have insurance for that with their $1,200 gross minimum weekly guarantee, so we put the pressure back on us to make your living. I've got one spot open for a driver, maybe one opening up with a retirement here in about a month and a half, but I'm ready for somebody. If you want to get on the list or want to make plans a month and a half out, definitely give me a holler and come and see me. Phone number is 765-793-7131, and then hit 4 with the auto attendant to get directly to my office.
And that's Gail Ferrick's Trucking, home on weekends, $1,200 minimum a week. You can make some money if you're hungry. You can go out and make some money. Tim, we're rooting for you, buddy. We'll talk to you next week.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
See you later.
Talk to you soon. Tim Onstad, Gail Ferrick's Trucking dedicated diesel pitmaster extraordinaire.
The first half of the day goes the Cardinals' way as they win in Chicago over the White Sox 5-4. They secure themselves a series win against the White Sox. And now if they can win the nightcap, they would secure a series sweep, and they would also secure a winning road trip. As we continue on with our coverage of Cardinals baseball, Game 2 is going to get started probably somewhere between 35 and 40 minutes from now. We have yet to get an official start time for Game number 2. The moment we have that, we will let you know, and we'll get things back to the voice of the Cardinals, John Rooney and Ricky Horton, as they'll have first pitch of Game number 2 coming up in just a while. A couple notable things happening in this game. First off, congratulations going out to Andre Granillo. He gets 1 out, and with that 1 out that he records, he picks up his first win of his major league career. So obviously a very cool moment for him to be able to do that. And then we had the weird inning where Steven Matz went out and recorded 4 strikeouts because there was a strikeout wild pitch in the inning. So a 4-strikeout inning for Steven Matz. He becomes just the second Cardinals pitcher in history to do that. The first was Bob Gibson on June 7th of 1966. So pretty good when you're Steven Matz and you can have company with only Bob Gibson on something that has been done in the history of the St. Louis Cardinals. Good job by the Cardinals to come back late. This was a game that, bluntly, you were looking at some missed opportunities for the team. They did not hit well with runners in scoring position. They certainly could have had more runs in the first inning, but they continued to put together competitive at-bats, and finally they were able to break through with the 3 runs in the 8th inning, and they end up winning by that 5-4 score. We'll talk more about that 3-run 8th inning and have our Marriott play of the game. That's up in just a moment as we continue on the Cardinals Radio Network. Cardinals get the 5-4 win over the White Sox on the Cardinal Radio Network, powered by Graybar.
As the weather heats up, the sports action heats up at Circus Sports Illinois. From baseball to basketball to hockey, Circus Sports has it all. Circus Sports Illinois isn't just sports betting, it's sports betting the way it should be. High betting limits, tight money splits, and exceptional customer service. Whether you're looking for playoff futures or props on your favorite players and more, Circus Sports has you covered. Download the Circus Sports Illinois app or visit circusports.com today. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
On Friday, June 20th, Busch Stadium is turning up the volume. Following the Cardinals-Reds game, country hitmaker Cole Swindell will take the stage for a post-game concert presented by SIUE. Your game ticket is your concert ticket.
Want the best view in the house? Upgrade with a VIP field access package. For tickets and details, visit cardinals.com/postgame.
Hey y'all, it's Cole Swindell, and I'll be performing the first ever post-game concert at Busch Stadium on Friday, June 20th. Hope to see y'all there. It's going to be a great time.
Drive in, drive out. Recycling's what Max is all about. You can make some cash and do your share. We make it really simple because we care. It doesn't matter large or small. Our friendly staff will handle it all. Starting it over is what we do at Max Twin City Recycling.
For 50 years, Pia's has been the bar where champagne comes to play. From 7 a.m. beers to championship softball teams, legendary bartenders to unforgettable nights. On Saturday, July 19th from noon to midnight, come on out to celebrate 50 years of Pia's Sports Bar and Grill. There will be live bands and DJs all day featuring PSP at 2 p.m. and Voodoo XLs at 8. 50 years of Pia's, 50 years of Miller Lite, and 50 years of memories. It started in 1975 with a dream, and it's still the place you call home. You won't want to miss it.
Cardinals get the win against the White Sox in Game 1 of the doubleheader, so they'll look for a series sweep coming up later on. We have a first pitch time, 4:45, so 30 minutes from this very moment. 4:45 is when game number 2 is going to get underway, and we'll have much more of that coming up in just a while. But we are continuing to look back at this one for the Cardinals as they do get the victory over the White Sox, and this is one where they found themselves ahead early, scoring a run in the first, but then the White Sox would chip away at that, and they would eventually take a 2-1 lead when they scored a run in the 5th inning to break a 1-1 tie. The Cardinals got back even in the 6th inning, pushing across a run. Lars Nootbaar had a bases-loaded walk. However, in the 6th inning, the White Sox scored 2 runs on a Michael A. Taylor home run. That was an inning where there was a misplay that certainly hurt the Cardinals in the sense of a wild pitch by Steven Matz on a strikeout that put the first runner on and essentially turned that home run into a 2-run home run. But the Cardinals, they would put together a 3-run inning of their own in the 8th. In the 8th inning, Cam Boozer came on to pitch for the White Sox. Alec Burleson led the inning off with a base hit, and then Wilson Contreras comes up to the plate. He hits a home run, and that ties the game up 4-4. Nolan Gorman would reach on a throwing error. That error would really hurt the White Sox because eventually Joel Pozo would come up to the plate as a pinch hitter. He would certainly come through as we present it to you. Our play of the game presented by Marriott St. Louis Grand. Book your Grand Slam Cardinals ticket package today.
Boozer from the stretch. The runner goes at first. The pitch is swung on line to left. A base hit, and the Cardinals lead. The error turns into a run as Gorman crosses the plate on the pinch hit RBI single by Joel Pozo.
Phil Maton handled the 8th, Ryan Helsley handled the 9th, and the Cardinals get the win by a 5-4 score. We're going to have much more about this game coming up on our Mercy Cardinals postgame show in just a few moments. And again, we will get you back to Chicago for game number 2. First pitch is scheduled at 4:45. Don't go far, though. We're talking a lot more about game number 1 as our coverage does continue in just a moment on the Cardinals Radio Network, powered by Graybar.
St. Louis Cardinals baseball has been brought to you by Budweiser, official beer sponsor of Major League Baseball. Crack open the game with Budweiser and enjoy unrivaled flavor and refreshment. By your quality Ford dealers, the official vehicles of the St. Louis Cardinals. By Schnucks. Earn 2% back on every purchase with the Schnucks Rewards app. By Shelter Insurance. Find an agent near you at shelterinsurance.com to help you choose the coverage that fits just right for your auto, home, and life insurance. By Explore St. Louis. Learn all about the great things to do in St. Louis. Visit ExploreSt.Louis.com. By Central Bank, the hometown bank of the St. Louis Cardinals. And by the Painting and Decorating Foundation. This is the St. Louis Cardinals Radio Network, powered by Graybar.
A good comeback win for the Cardinals this afternoon in Chicago. They win over the White Sox 5-4 the final. With the victory, they have secured a series win, and now they're looking for a series sweep and also looking for a winning road trip if they can win game number 2 of our twin bill today. Much more on game number 2 coming up in just a while, but we still have to put a wrap on our game number 1 coverage as the Cardinals do get the 5-4 victory. A nice job by the club to put together a 3-run 8th inning on a day where seemingly it just wasn't happening for them. They finished 1 for 10 with runners in scoring position. They get out hit by the White Sox 9-8, but good teams find ways to win games, and that is exactly what happened today as the Cardinals do come away with the 5-4 win. We will relive it with the highlights. That's coming up in just a moment. Don't go anywhere as the Cardinals get the win against the White Sox. More in just a moment on the Cardinals Radio Network, powered by Graybar.
Millions of Americans take medicine like Ozempic and Zepbound. Many of them are overpaying by thousands of dollars a year. These GLP-1 medications for diabetes, weight loss, and more may not always be covered by your insurance, but GoodRx can help. GoodRx helps you save every month on prescriptions at over 70,000 pharmacies nationwide. Best of all, it's free to use. Check GoodRx to save on GLP-1s. Just go to GoodRx.com/GLP. That's GoodRx.com/GLP. GoodRx is not insurance but can be used instead of insurance, including Medicare and other federal and state-funded programs.
Rattler Pest Solutions has been growing since 1956. Our goal is to provide superior service and a steadfast commitment to exceeding our clients' needs and expectations.
It's really important to me to try to stay local when you can. It's nice to know that when the Rattler Tech comes, you don't have to worry again. I believe in them, and I know that if there's a problem, they're going to solve it.
We stand behind our mission to give our customers and their pests the treatment they deserve. For quick, proven pest solutions, call Rattler.
Well, tell me, Tim Onstad, how is it going at Gale Frericks Trucking?
Oh, we're busy. We're going gangbusters. We've got a new driver going through orientation. That leaves us one spot left for somebody that wants to get in on the action and make some money, be home, get some quality time. It's a great opportunity.
And the type of person you like hiring?
Honesty, integrity, like everybody else is looking for. That guy that wants to have a family life, but be able to make some good money and do the right things.
Are you looking for experienced drivers? And if they have a military background and things like that, that's always an asset.
We do need some experience. Of course, we like getting the guys 15 years in that know what they're doing, maybe have been treated bad by other companies and need a place looking for a home. If somebody has the basics, maybe a year and a half, has a military background, I'll count that as some experience because they're used to following the process. Oh, you can always email me at timo@gftlog.com.
You know, with like Lands Inc., we specialize in, we've got an amazing HVAC department that takes care of your furnace, you know, your heat system, air conditioning, they do
pumps,
that.
yeah.
And for us in Underground, we take care of all your pipes that come into your home, leave your home, and work around your home to keep it dry, you know, your drainage system, sump pumps, things like that. And exactly what you said, if you don't know, you know, a couple decades ago, it was more like, oh, something broke, go fix it, repair it, no big deal. Well, now with the technology, we have cameras, like you said, that we can come in on these Orange Comfort Clubs, and we can camera your sewer lines underneath your house and check them out just to make sure they're fine. If there's something wrong with it, we can show you right then. You know, truth is in seeing it.
Yeah.
We show it to you, and then you can plan as a homeowner for making those repairs or dealing with that issue later on. If it's an immediate need, at least you're not caught off surprise.
That sewer camera inspection with a proper clean out. I was just learning more at landsinc.com.
You're listening to St. Louis Cardinals baseball on WSJK Tuscola Champaign-Urbana, ESPN 93.5. Brought to you by Max Twin City Recycling. Visit them at maxrecycling.com.
Cardinals get the win as they knock off the White Sox in game number 1 of our doubleheader, 5-4, the final score. We've got game number 2 coming up in about 22 minutes here across the Cardinals Radio Network. Let's go back through the game with the highlights. Cardinals with a great opportunity to score multiple runs in the first inning. Mason Wynn led the game off with a walk. The next hitter is Ivan Herrera.
There's a smash base hit to left field. Ivan Herrera's hit safely in 5 straight games now, with Wynn stopping at second base.
So runners on at first and second for Alec Burleson. He walks. That loads the bases for Wilson Contreras.
Contreras hits that in the air to left field. That's going to be caught by Taylor. Tagging at third, Wynn comes in to score. The throw goes to third, 1-0 Cardinals.
So one run does score. However, Nolan Gorman with a strikeout and Nolan Arenado a fly out to Michael Taylor, where it looked like for a second it might leave the yard. So solid contact, but just unable to get it out of there. So what turned into what started as an inning that looked like multiple runs could score turned into a one-run inning. You're thankful the Cardinals won the game, because if not, you're probably looking back at that first inning as a what could have been moment. Eric Fetty takes the mound in the bottom of the first inning. The first batter he faces is Mike Tauchman.
The pitch. Strike called on the inside corner. The third time Tauchman has been given the ring up in this series. He didn't like it at all.
He hasn't liked any of them.
Fetty would throw a scoreless first inning, giving up one hit, would leave two on the bases. And then in the second inning, again, the Cardinals look like they may do something. Lars Nootbaar leads the inning off with a base hit, but then a strike him out, throw him out of Jordan Walker, and Lars Nootbaar got 2 outs in the inning very quickly. So a 1-0 game. The Cardinals have the lead. It would stay that way until the fourth, when Miguel Vargas would get a base hit to lead the inning off, and then Kyle Teal singles. Runners on at first and second for Robert Jr., who would put down a sacrifice, and the runners would go to second and third. Eric Fetty would go to work at that point, and he would come up with a big moment against Ryan Noda.
The 2-2 pitch coming up to Noda. Swung on and missed. He struck him out. Boy, that was an opportunity for the White Sox, and Fetty came through with a big strikeout.
Yeah, he absolutely did. So there's your path to get out of the inning without a run scoring. However, a rare mistake made by the Cardinals defensively with Josh Rojas at the plate.
And here comes the 2-0 pitch to Rojas, and that is lined up the middle. Oh, Wynn's got it on one hop, and the low throw, and Contreras can't dig it out. Rojas is safe, and we're tied at 1.
They rule it as a throwing error on Mason Wynn. You understand why, but at the same time, Wilson Contreras would probably tell you he should have made the play over at first base. That ties the game up 1-1. The White Sox take their first lead in the fifth with 1 out, and it's Andrew Benintendi at the plate.
That swung on and laced down the right field line, going to the corner for extra bases. Benintendi has a double out of it. He's going to go for 3, and he's going to make it. The throw is too late. Benintendi has 4 hits in his last 23 at-bats, 3 doubles and now a triple, his second triple of the year.
And that would then bring up Miguel Vargas.
1 ball, 2 strikes on Miguel Vargas. The pitch, a swing and a shot up the middle, of base hit, and the White Sox lead 2-1. Vargas is 2 for 2 with a walk and RBI number 32.
Fetty would get Kyle Teal to fly out, and then Robert comes up to the plate.
The 3-2 pitch for Robert Jr. Strike 3 called. So the White Sox grab the lead. We go to the 6th, 2-1 Chicago.
The White Sox would not hold that lead very long. Cardinals would tie it back up in the 6th. Ivan Herrera leads the inning off with a base hit. Then Alec Burleson reaches on catcher's interference. Runners on at first and second for Wilson Contreras, who strikes out. Ends the day for starter Sean Burke. Brandon Eisert comes on. First batter he faces Nolan Gorman. He strikes out. And then an intentional walk to Nolan Arenado. And that would bring up Lars Nootbaar. And Nootbaar would do enough to tie the game up.
Here it is. Outside, ball 4, we're tied. And that's the first walk to a left-handed batter this season for Brandon Eisert in 57 plate appearances.
Cardinals would leave it loaded, though, as Jordan Walker would look at an 83-mile-per-hour changeup and would not swing at it for strike 3, and it sends the game to the bottom of the 6th inning. On comes Steven Matz. First batter that he would face off against is Lenin Sosa.
The 0-2 pitch. A swing and a miss as the ball gets away and goes into the stands. It went off Herrera and over the screen.
Yeah, strikeout, wild pitch. So that's the first strikeout of the inning for Steven Matz. Austin Slater then comes up as a pinch hitter. He strikes out before Michael A. Taylor does this.
A look to first, the pitch. There's a ball that's hit well to left field, and that ball is gone. A 2-run homer by Michael A. Taylor. 4-2 White Sox.
That strikeout wild pitch comes back to hurt the Cardinals. It's a 2-run home run. Mike Tauchman would strike out. That's the third strikeout of the inning for Steven Matz, and then that would bring up Chase Meidroth.
The pitch, Meidroth strikes out swinging, and Matz struck out 4 in the inning. But a wild pitch allowed a base runner on the first strikeout.
Only the second time in the history of the Cardinals that a pitcher has gotten 4 strikeouts in an inning. The first was Bob Gibson. Now Steven Matz goes into the record book as doing that as well. So the White Sox lead 4-2. In the 7th, they would get a leadoff single from Andrew Benintendi, and then that would bring up Miguel Vargas.
Pitch to Vargas is grounded towards third. Arenado has it to second for 1, on to first, and a double play. That was well turned and well played by Arenado to get to it quickly, but a good turn at second by Gorman. And a big double play for the Cardinals here in the 7th inning. 5-4-3.
Huge double play because the White Sox would end up stranding 2 in the inning. Andre Granillo would get the final out there in the 7th, replacing Steven Matz. That's notable because of what the Cardinals do in the 8th inning. New pitcher is Cam Boozer. First batter he faces is Alec Burleson.
Boozer with the long pause, the pitch. And the ball is slapped into center field, a base hit on an 0-2 pitch.
That would bring up Wilson Contreras.
Burleson leads at first. Boozer gives him a look. The left-hander's pitch is swung on and a high fly. Deep left field. It's a goner. A goner for Contreras. Tying the game at 4.
But the Cardinals are not done. Huge home run from Wilson Contreras, but they've still got some big moments left in the 8th. Nolan Gorman stands in, and he and the Cardinals receive quite the gift from the White Sox.
The pitch. And he taps that one toward the pitcher. Boozer gets to it, turns around, and throws it away. Backed up by the second baseman, Sosa. He just threw a lollipop over there, somewhere over the rainbow.
About as bad of a throw as you are going to see from the pitcher. So Gorman reaches. There's then a wild pitch that allows Gorman to take second. Lars Nootbaar would walk. Eventually a flyout would allow Gorman to take third, and Joel Pozo would come up as a pinch hitter.
Boozer from the stretch. The runner goes at first. The pitch is swung on line to left, a base hit, and the Cardinals lead. The error turns into a run as Gorman crosses the plate on the pinch hit RBI single by Joel Pozo.
Phil Maton would pitch the 8th inning as he would come on and preserve the 5-4 lead, and then on comes Ryan Helsley to pitch the 9th. The first batter that the Cardinals closer would face is Chase Meidroth.
The pitch by Helsley. A swing and a miss on a pitch in the dirt, and on the appeal he gets the ring up. Meidroth is out.
Andrew Benintendi would ground out, and that brings up Miguel Vargas.
The pitch by Helsley. Ground ball back to Helsley. He has it. Flips to first. Redbird winner. Vargas is out 1-3, and this ballgame has come to an end. A comeback win for the Cardinals, 5-4 over the Chicago White Sox.
With the win, Cardinals 39-35, White Sox 23-51. The Cardinals 5 runs, 8 hits, 1 error. They leave 10. For the White Sox, 4 runs, 9 hits, 2 errors. They leave 9. Winning pitcher Granillo, the first win of his career. The loss to Boozer, he's 1-4. Ryan Helsley grabs the save. It is his 14th save this season. And with that save, it's another $100 donation from Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance to Feeding Missouri, teaming up to end hunger throughout the state. Home runs hit. The Cardinals get Wilson Contreras his 10th. The White Sox Taylor his 6th. A game that goes 2 hours and 55 minutes in front of an announcer. They didn't announce the crowd because it's the first game of a traditional doubleheader. We'll give it that to you in the post-game show for the second game. Cardinals get the win over the White Sox 5-4. This is the Mercy Cardinals post-game show on the Cardinals Radio Network, powered by Graybar.
Vacationing is an art, and the Palm Beaches are your canvas. Stroll along sun-soaked beaches, unwind at boutique resorts, explore hidden and not so hidden gems. Here, you'll discover a lifestyle that's nothing short of a masterpiece. Curate your perfect collection of experiences and plan your trip at thepalmbeaches.com.
In sports, success is about team effort, and the same is true for your hair. At Great Clips, we save your haircut details in clip notes, so every member of the highly skilled team knows exactly how to create your signature look. And with our easy-to-use app, you can check in from anywhere and get a ready next text when you're up next for a cut. It's the confidence of a great haircut delivered by a team you trust. Download our app today. Great Clips. It's gonna be great.
20 years ago, gas was $2 a gallon. Flip phones were all the rage, and CarShield hit the road to protect drivers like you. Since 2005, we've helped save drivers over $1 billion in repairs, keeping millions of cars and memories on the road. Through every road trip, every first car, and every unexpected breakdown, CarShield has had your back. Join the celebration. Visit carshield.com and keep rolling with us for the next 20 years. Coverage varies by plans. View contracts and exclusions at carshield.com.
Looking for an event space that will leave your guests talking? Cardinals Special Events offers all sorts of unique venue options in the St. Louis Cardinals' iconic Busch Stadium, as well as in Cardinals Nation inside Ballpark Village. From corporate celebrations to personal milestones and everything in between, Cardinals Special Events can help your group make memories that will last a lifetime. Visit cardinals.com/events to learn more.
5-4, the Cardinals get the win against the White Sox. The Mercy Cardinals postgame show does continue. Big game for Wilson Contreras as he hits a big home run, drives in 3 of the Cardinals' 5 runs. Just a few moments ago, he spoke with Mike Claiborne for our Star of the Game interview. We are getting that interview for you in just a moment. As mentioned, he spoke with Mike Claiborne just a couple moments ago.
Our player of the game, Wilson Contreras, with the 2-run homer to tie the ball game. Walk me through that at bat.
I was late early in the game with the fastball, and with the situation right there, man on first, I thought we were looking for a long ball to get a double play, so I was looking for something in to do damage on, and thankfully I could hit it, made a good contact and it went out.
In that situation, when you're trying to catch up to the fastball, do you try and move up in the box or do you move back in the box?
No,
what's your
not really. I was trying to slow down my low and early as possible, and it worked out.
What was the mood like? Because this was kind of an awkward game. I mean, it was up and down. You had your opportunities early, couldn't score. What was that mood like in the dugout? Because you guys have been in this situation a lot of times this season and found a way to fight back.
Yeah, I think it's just part of the game. It's just baseball. We have situations when we couldn't score and then we end up winning the game. That means we're not giving up because we didn't score earlier in the game. I think their pitcher made a good adjustment and kept out a few jams. And it's just part of baseball. We just never give up and keep fighting, and we won today.
How about Pozo with the big pinch hit coming off the bench?
It's great. It's great to have him on this team. He was ready to hit since the game started. He's always willing to play anytime they ask him. And I'm just glad that he helped us right there with a go-ahead RBI single.
And I'm surprised he let it go three balls because normally he swings early in the count.
Yeah, I think we all were surprised about it. But it's good. He's taking good at-bats, and it's good to have him here.
All right, go rest up. We have another one to get. Thank you. Wilson Contreras, our player of the game.
We do have another one coming up. That's it for the Mercy Cardinals post-game show, and we will get coverage of Game 2 underway in just a moment on the Cardinals Radio Network, powered by Gray Bar.
Swings, and he hits a drive. Deep left center field to the track, the wall, and it's another. It's time for St. Louis Cardinals baseball. Cardinals baseball is brought to you by Budweiser, official beer sponsor of Major League Baseball. Crack open the game with Budweiser and enjoy unrivaled flavor and refreshment. By your quality Ford dealers, the official vehicles of the St. Louis Cardinals. By Schnucks. Earn 2% back on every purchase with the Schnucks Rewards app. By Shelter Insurance. Shelter offers great rates and award-winning service for your auto, home, and life insurance. Find an agent near you at shelterinsurance.com. By Explore St. Louis. Learn all about the great things to do in St. Louis. Visit ExploreStLouis.com. By Central Bank, the hometown bank of the St. Louis Cardinals. And by the Painting and Decorating Foundation. Now, St. Louis Cardinals baseball.
It's the Cardinals and the White Sox, game 2 of a doubleheader. We'll get you back to the voice of the Cardinals, John Rooney and Ricky Horton, in just a couple moments. But let's take a look at the starting pitching matchup for this second game. Michael McGreevy going for the Cardinals. His big league numbers, 1-1 with a 3.09 ERA. Last time he pitched was June 8th against the Dodgers, where he gave up 4 runs in 6 innings. Has been very good at the minor league level this year with a 2.51 ERA. He threw 6 shutout innings against Gwinnett on Saturday, the last time he pitched. Mike Vassal's going to go for the White Sox. He is a right-hander who comes in 3-2 with a 1.99 ERA. This is just going to be his third start, his 21st game of the year. The starting lineups, the pitching matchup being brought to you by Vantage Credit Union, your financial partner for life. We'll give you starting lineups next on the Cardinals Radio Network, powered by Graybar.
There's a certain magic in Cardinals Nation, one that can't be found anywhere else. You don't have to look all that hard to find it. It's on the flag-lined streets, in the packed pubs on game day, on the worn-down birds on bats, on cars, and on windows. It's in every memory, every celebration. Yeah, there's magic here. Can you feel it? Sign up for Cardinals Checking with Central Bank and get your exclusive green embroidered Cardinals jersey and 2 game tickets. See Bank for details, member FDIC.
Enjoy a true St. Louis Cardinals baseball experience. Book your Grand Slam ticket package today at the luxurious Marriott St. Louis Grand, steps away from Busch Stadium. You'll get 2 Cardinals tickets plus free hotel self-parking, complimentary high-speed internet access, and $20 towards a great pregame or postgame meal at Zinnia Bar and Grill. Grand Slam ticket packages start at $199. Book yours today at MarriottStLouisGrand.com. That's MarriottStLouisGrand.com. Proud hotel partner of the St. Louis Cardinals.
The DQ Sauced and Tossed Chicken Strip Baskets have more flavor than your taste buds know what to do with. We start with all white meat, breaded, seasoned, and fried to crunchy perfection. Next, we double down and toss them in honey barbecue or new buffalo sauce. Serve them up with DQ fries, Texas toast, and house-made Hidden Valley Ranch, and you've got flavor on flavor on flavor. Get the Sauced and Tossed Chicken Strip Basket in honey barbecue or new buffalo right now at DQ. Happy tastes good. Participation may vary.
At Shriners Children's, we're home to the world's leading pediatric orthopedic care. Because so many life-changing advancements start here. We provide access to the best doctors and never allow your ability to pay for services to compromise the care your child needs. We're the first place to turn for the most common or complex orthopedic conditions. Home to possibility and empowering kids to achieve the extraordinary. Shriners Children's, the most amazing care anywhere.
The Cardinals starting lineup presented by Bet365. Brendan Donovan leading off at second. Wilson Contreras bats second at first. Alec Burleson is in right field batting third. Then Nolan Arenado at third base. Lars Nootbaar in left batting fifth. Nolan Gorman, the DH, batting sixth. Pedro Pajes starts behind the plate batting seventh. Jose Barrero at shortstop batting eighth. And Victor Scott the second in center field batting ninth. Cardinals baseball next on the Cardinals Radio Network, powered by Graybar.
Want unbeatable prices on your next furniture purchase, but also seeking that local hometown feel? Look no further than Kelsey Furniture in Tuscola. Customers rave about their friendly, established staff, as well as their great selection, amazing prices, and second-to-none delivery service. They're a third-generation local business, and they've always got your best interests at heart. Find the look you love for less. Open 9 to 5 Monday through Saturday, but always available online at kelseyfurniture.com. That's kelseyfurniture.com.
Healthy Living Spas invite you to the 4th Annual Hot Tub Expo this Friday through Sunday at Carl at the Fields in Champaign. 3 days only with unbeatable deals. Save an extra $500 on any hot tub or $1,000 on any swim spa. Special financing available too. Doors open Friday 2 to 7, Saturday 11 to 7, and Sunday noon to 5. The 4th Annual Hot Tub Expo this weekend at Carl at the Fields in Champaign.
You've changed thousands of diapers, played hours of peekaboo and duck duck goose because you do anything for your kids. That's why it's so important to protect them with life insurance from State Farm. State Farm agent Kurt Lenschow will help make it easy and affordable to help you protect your family no matter what the future holds. Because for the people you do anything for, life insurance could mean everything. Call State Farm agent Kurt Lenschow in Champaign-Urbana today. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Local, personal, trusted. Hi, this is Ata Durakan with First Federal Savings Bank of Champaign-Urbana, and we've been serving Champaign County since 1908. Our institution is safe, strong, and stable. We operate on a foundation of responsible and sound practices, and you can rest easy knowing we're your bank. Rated 5-star superior by Bauer Financial, Inc., fast, friendly, and local, with local loan decisions and underwriting. If you're not already banking with us, give us a try, and we think you'll love it here. First Federal Savings Bank, 356bank.com, member FDIC, equal housing lender, NMLS 435120.
Well, it feels like a old school day today as we have a doubleheader, not a split doubleheader, but just about 38 minutes in between games by the time we get this one started, as the White Sox have taken the field, and we are ready for more Cardinal baseball today. The Redbirds, as Matt told you and took you through the game, a nice win, a 5-4 victory, another one-run victory for the Cardinals. The White Sox have not been good in one-run games, and they're going to rely on the right-hander Mike Vassell, who's making start number 3. He began the season in their bullpen. Has really good numbers. He's 3-2 with a 1.99 ERA. He's a 25-year-old right-hander, and he will deliver this afternoon's first pitch, sponsored by Rawlings, the official baseball of Major League Baseball. And Matt told you the Cardinals ordered Donovan, Contreras, and Burleson to bat 1, 2, 3 here for the Cardinals. And no Ivan Herrera in the lineup, and we'll see if there's anything going on with that. We did notice that Pedro Pages was going to pinch hit for him in Game 1, and not really a good explanation for that, so we'll see if there is one. As we go through the White Sox order, it'll be Meidroth, Benintendi, Vargas, and then in the middle, it's Caro, Sosa, and Noda. Slater, Rojas, and Taylor round out their lineup, as they are ready to help out defensively. Their pitcher, Mike Vassell, and the Cardinal that will lead things off is the guy that had 4 hits in Game 1. What a game he had. That's Brendan Donovan. And here with our first pitch is the voice of the Cardinals, John Rooney.
Here we go, the second game of the doubleheader, and the pitch is outside to Donnie. 4:45, 79 degrees. And the wind is blowing from right to left field to open up the second game. And the next pitch, ball 2. The batter, catcher, home plate umpire, they're in shadows. The shadows are working their way toward the infield on the first base side and to the right field corner. The next pitch by Vassell, a strike called, and it's 2-1. Donovan hitting at .323, 83 hits, 21 doubles. He has 4 home runs, 27 RBIs, but 4 out of 5, one of his doubles in the game on Tuesday. He swings and lifts it foul out of play down the left field line. The count at 2-2.
And if you did miss it, the Milwaukee Brewers did beat the Chicago Cubs 8-7. So the Cardinals, with a win today, could get back into a tie for second place with the Brewers, 5.5 games behind Chicago if they win here.
Here's Donovan taking high and wide. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Talking with Donnie about the sore toe, and he said it's amazing how something in that area of the foot can be so painful. The pitch, a swing and a miss. He went fishing for a pitch down and away. That's the way our second game begins. Donovan went 4 for 4. Now he's 0 for his last 2 in this series. Those Gateway Arch views are spectacular. You need to see for yourself. Order your tickets in advance for the tram ride to the top at gatewayarch.com. The number 2 hitter is a guy who tied the game with an 8th inning 2-run homer in the opener, Wilson Contreras. The pitch to Wilson, that's fouled out of play down the right field line. And oh, did he enjoy the trip around the bases. And then Gorman got on a throwing error by Cam Booser. Just lobbed the ball over first base on a comebacker to the pitcher. Fastball, strike called, and Vassell is ahead of Contreras. No balls, 2 strikes. Just getting started with the second game of our doubleheader. A straight doubleheader here on the south side of Chicago. Not much time in between. Here's a foul ball that goes over the screen directly behind home plate. The Cardinals are home tomorrow night for a 6:15 game. That's right, 6:15 to open the Cincinnati Reds series. Andre Palante against Brady Singer on the air at 5:20 tomorrow. Big Friday night party at Busch Stadium in downtown St. Louis. We hope you'll join us. The pitch is swung on and missed. Donovan struck out swinging. Contreras strikes out swinging. And Mike Vassell has struck out 34 compared to 26 walks in 46 innings.
The Cole Swindell concert tomorrow night will begin right after the game. So if you have a ticket tomorrow night's game, again, it's a different start than some of your schedules may say, 6:15, and that ticket's good for the concert too.
Here's a ground ball, right side, right field, base hit. Burleson gets on base with 2 down, leading to Nolan Arenado.
He is a hit machine.
Burleson got on ahead of the home run by Contreras. And that was on an 0-2 pitch, Ricky, that Burleson just reached down, got the barrel of the bat on the ball, and put it in play. Nolan Arenado sitting on 349 career home runs. Vassell with the pitch, a swing, and there's a ball that is hit down the left field line, way back and foul. Again, a patented Arenado foul ball home run.
Classic.
Unbelievable how he launches those. Arenado went 0 for 4 with a walk, an intentional walk in the first game. Burleson, a base hit to right field after 2 strikeouts. And it's Arenado trying to keep things going here with 2 down in the top half of the first inning. Mike Vassell is ready from the stretch. A long pause. A throw over to first base and back safely Burleson. The White Sox are wearing their black jerseys, black caps and helmets, home white pinstripe pants. The Cardinals in the road gray uniforms, red caps and helmets. Cardinals across the front of the jersey with the birds on the bat. Just underway, second game of the doubleheader. The pitch. Arenado lays off a sweeper high and outside. 2 outs. Burleson is over at first base. Stubby Clapp has something to say to him. Pop Warner is coaching at third. A lot of room on the right side of the infield as they play Arenado to pull infield and outfield. The pitch by Vassell. Taken for a strike. A high strike at that.
Fans getting their money's worth today, aren't they? Getting 18 innings of baseball here at Wright Field.
2 for the price of 1 today with the straight doubleheader. 1-2 on Arenado. A lead over at first for Burleson. Now the pitch. Arenado strikes out going for a high fastball. Vassell strikes out the side. We go to the bottom of the first. The Cardinals fail to score and the White Sox are coming up.
Whether it's a long line at the amusement park,
45 minutes,
waiting to get inside the club, or getting stuck at the DMV. Nobody likes to wait. Mercy is eliminating the wait for great health care. Our online tools mean you can get the care you need now. Mercy Now. More of what you need now. Visit mercynow.net.
Find what you love what you find. A Total Wine and More. There's so much waiting for you. Spirits and beer, thousands of wines. Guides in the know and prices so low. It just might blow your mind. What you love and love what you find.
With curbside pickup and delivery available, you'll always find what you love only at Total Wine & More.
Drink responsibly, B21.
This is Brendan Donovan. I've teamed up with Ameren to share how energy efficiency can step in, take the pressure off, and keep your energy bill under control. Switch to energy efficient appliances and LED bulbs. They're the reliable setup guys, using less power and lasting longer. Turn off lights and appliances when you're done. Short outings can save big on energy. And unplug devices you're not using. It's like giving your home a day off to recover. Relief isn't just for the bullpen. For more energy-saving tips, visit Ameren.com/tips.
Black Heritage Day, presented by your Quality Ford dealers, returns to Busch Stadium on Sunday, June 22nd. That day, the Cardinals take on the Reds, and with a themed ticket, fans will take home a St. Louis Stars jersey, just like the one worn at the 2024 Negro Leagues tribute game at Rickwood Field. Come early for a special Heritage celebration in Budweiser Terrace before the game. For tickets or details, visit Cardinals.com/theme.
This is Victor Scott II, St. Louis Cardinals for the Lou.
Michael McGreevy just back from AAA, makes his first pitch of Game 2. It's inside, ball 1 to right-handed batting Chase Meidroth. Meidroth, 23 years old, played his college ball at San Diego. 2 out of 5 with a couple of strikeouts in the opener today. He looks at a good breaking ball and a strike call.
McGreevy has done so many things well at the big league level, most of which just attacking the strike zone. He's been like a bulldog.
No score, bottom of the first. Meidroth checks his swing. It's a strike anyway at the knees. With Brian Walsh calling balls and strikes, Lance Barrett at first, crew chief Alfonso Marquez at second, and Steven Jaschinski, the call-up today for the doubleheader, umpiring over at third. McGreevy's 1-2 pitch in the dirt, knocked down by Pedro Paez.
McGreevy 7-1 with a 2.51 ERA in AAA this year. He's out of Cal Santa Barbara and really has just proven himself to be ready for the big leagues. It's just a matter of getting the right opportunity. Got another one tonight or this afternoon.
Now the pitch, a swing and a miss. Good start for McGreevy, striking out Meidroth. One away for Andrew Benintendi. Benintendi went 2 for 5 in the opener, a triple and a run scored. In a game brought to you by Budweiser, official beer sponsor of Major League Baseball. Crack open the game with Budweiser and enjoy unrivaled flavor and refreshment. Benintendi is playing left field in the second game of the doubleheader. The left-handed batter has started out in the big leagues with the Red Sox. He's been an all-star and a Gold Glover. He takes strike one from McGreevy. Even the last start for him, Ricky, the losing effort on June the 8th against the Dodgers, 4 earned runs, 8 hits. He gave the Cardinals 6 innings and kept them in the game.
Gave up 3 runs in the second inning of that game and didn't fold. He just kept working, kept pitching, got through 6. I would say a good start. Not a great start, but a good one.
That was the only game the Cardinals lost in the 3 to the Dodgers, but McGreevy gave the Cardinals a chance. The 1-1 pitch, Benintendi slaps it to left field. That's a hit. Going over to cut it off, Nootbaar. Benintendi will be satisfied with a long single down the left field line. Miguel Vargas, 2 out of 4 in the opening game of the doubleheader. A run scored, a stolen base, an RBI, a walk, and he grounded into a double play. And McGreevy would like that double play ground ball here. Vargas, the former Dodger, stands deep in the box, right foot near the back line of the batter's box. Benintendi does not have a stolen base. He takes a lead, a check swing, a ball a little bit low, maybe just off the inside corner as well. Vargas from Havana, Cuba. Right-hander against right-hander. A pickoff throw to first, diving back safely, Benintendi. Vargas is batting .246. He has 10 home runs and 32 runs batted in. Vargas batting, 1 out, runner at first. McGreevy's pitch, check swing, and was that fouled?
No, I think Paez just dropped it. I think that caught him bad in his left
I thought
hand.
It was fouled off. That's a foul ball.
Oh, it is?
The
How about
umpire
that?
raised his arms like the ball nicked the bat.
Wasn't sure he was sure about that. Paez, well, it caught him badly regardless. I thought it just caught
came
him
off the bat and hit him.
And then it hit him in a bad spot in his hand. He's still shaking it, looking over to the Cardinals bench right now. Well, that's good. Not that he was hit, but good that it's not in advance of the runner.
The pitch by McGreevy, check swing, a ball low. 2 balls, 1 strike. Benintendi had to go back to first base. He's over there getting some instructions from Jason Bourgeois, the first base coach. McGreevy looks over his right shoulder to first base. The pitch, a good sweeper, swung on and missed.
I'm glad you brought up Bourgeois. There's something I wanted to say about him. And what he does, they have veterans that are at the ballpark, and they'll do a nice presentation for them, and the fans clap for him. But before they leave, Bourgeois goes over and hands them a baseball and shakes their hand. I just think that's a nice moment. I really do appreciate that little touch they have here at Wright Field.
1 out, runner at first base, no score, bottom of the first inning. The Cardinals won the first game of the doubleheader 5-4. The pitch, and that is grounded foul off to the left. Little action moving there with Benintendi, and I thought Bourgeois was yelling, "Get back." Benintendi started, stopped, and then the foul ball made it a moot point. 2-2 the count on Vargas. Benintendi, a good lead at first base. The pitch. Check swing, a sweeper outside, and on the appeal, no swing. 3-2 for Vargas with Edgar Caro, their catcher, waiting on deck.
McGreevy, one of those right-handed pitchers, it's kind of an in vogue thing now where he will check you twice. He'll look over his left shoulder at you before he comes set, and then once he comes set, he's going to look over his back shoulder just to make sure you're not taking a bigger lead.
On 3-2.